right, thanks, Whitney. And a special eye on education tonight, the dropout dilemma. Studies show students who don't earn a high school diploma are much more likely to face poverty, bad health, require welfare, and engage in crime.
And it's often not until after a student decides to leave the classroom that they realize how it is without basic education.
Just being out in the street with no one, like I knew that wasn't, I have so much potential and I can make way more of myself than what I was.
Kanawha County schools and a lot of districts have done some good work to prevent students from dropping out of high school.
But of course, a lot of kids still fall through the cracks, and once they're out of school, there aren't a lot of programs to help. Eyewitness anchor Kera Mashek is here now with more on what one Midwestern school district is doing to help dropouts and the motivation it's giving us to follow in their footsteps.
Tonight, we're going to take you on a little trip from West Virginia to Waterloo, Iowa. The school district in Waterloo knows it has a big problem when it comes to high school dropouts, with only about 70% of students graduating. Instead of sitting back and watching their community suffer, they decided to do something, and now so are we. Welcome to Waterloo, Iowa. This is a Saturday in September. Superintendent, along with community volunteers, are going door to door, talking to students who have recently dropped out of school. Their message is simple: we want you back. In 3 years, this campaign has a proven track record.
For those kids, they've said it made a world of difference and brought them back to school and got them on their way to graduation.
The district borrowed the idea for Project Reconnect to graduate from another Iowa district who took the idea from Texas.
The mayor of Houston was very concerned about the number of dropouts in their community, and so he rallied the schools and the mayor's office and the whole community around this effort of reaching out to students that had dropped out of school.
Waterloo's now seeing the success of its efforts to reach out to dropouts. Since 2012, 116 students have re-enrolled, 12 have already graduated, and many more are actively working to finish their education. I lived in Waterloo for 3 years and saw firsthand those positive changes and the real shot it's giving kids at avoiding a life of poverty and crime. So I thought, why not bring that right here to Charleston? And Project Reconnect Kanawha County was born.
Often they're out of school for a couple years. They have to go to work. They see how hard it is to get a job. The maturity level a child has or a student has 3 years later it's great, and they want that diploma at that time.
A lot of students leave with 1 or 2 credits to graduate, and today there are more options than ever before, offering flexibility to help young people finish their education.
We have so many options now in Kanawha County with our virtual classes. We have credit recovery. We have Saturday credit crunch. As a principal, you want your kids to graduate, and you will be willing to. You'll meet them on Saturdays. You'll stay after school so that they can take some of these extra classes.
We've already identified at least 60 students who right now have 3 or less credits needed to get their diploma. And on a Saturday in April, you'll see something like this, a campaign saying, come back, make a better life for yourself and your community.
My goal is that all 60 students come back and we're able to get their diploma, but even if we can help 1 or 2, I think it's worth all of the effort.
So here's what's next. A committee of community organizations, Kanawha County schools, and Eyewitness News working hard to launch this critical campaign. We will be out knocking on doors Saturday, April 11th. If you know a student who has dropped out in Kanawha County and wants to learn more about the programs available to help them graduate, we've set up a telephone number and an email address where you can learn more about Project Reconnect. Together, we can make a difference and change the lives of young people and our communities. And I'm excited to see that happen. With your Eye on Education, Kera Mashek, Eyewitness News.